AFK money making methods have always been a part of Hypixel Skyblock, but they've always been pretty mediocre at best, and not really worth doing. But what if I said that there is one out there that makes 3 million coins per hour? And no, I'm not talking about slime minions, even though the community seems to love slime minions so much. There is one minion out there that outclasses them by far. The new powerhouse of all the minions is the Inferno minion. Now, a few weeks ago, or about a month from now, I completely forgot this minion existed until a guild member messaged me about this money making method. And now that a little bit of time has gone by and I've realized that it is actually stable money, I'm gonna reveal it so that more people can take advantage of this stupid method. How this farming method actually works is kind of like the slime minions, where you just sit there with Witherborn armor, but the setup and build is pretty different. You're gonna have to funnel them in, and I'll show you my build. If you ever have any questions about it, you can just visit my island and copy it block by block. However, I also encourage you to try to build one by yourself. Try to optimize it the best that you can. I only spent about an hour on mine, and it works really well. So if you want to just copy and paste mine, I guess you can. I wouldn't mind the extra guests. I'm trying to get my social rank up anyway. Alright, let's get straight into the build. First off, you're going to start with a 5x5 of glass and surround it in any block that you want the blazes to actually spawn on. I chose glowstone. Then you're going to want to make the little tubes that the minions stand in. You're going to want to start with a block of glass, 1 block away from the glowstone. Then you're going to want to make a little row of glass above that and out one right here, and then put the cobblestone down so that you can put trapdoors down. Once the trapdoors are down, you can break the cobblestone inside and then finish off the tube of glass. Why I chose this specific design is so that we can go to the back and open up the trapdoors to access the minions, because you're going to need to put in fuel every day for them. Then you're going to want to do this design on all 4 sides, and it should look a little something like this. Alright, this next clip is a little painful to look at because I capped it at 60 FPS, but what you're going to basically want to do is finish off the edges of your farm like this, and then you're going to want to build a little tube of glass 1 block in from the glowstone. Now you're going to want to build glass walls around the glowstone and in front of the minions, and then close it all off. Doing this is just ensuring that the only spot that the blazes can spawn in is on the glowstone, which is what we want. And then I built a little tube that goes upwards into the middle of the farm. And for the main bit of the farm, that's it. And then you just want to put some slabs down. If you are copying this build, I recommend putting these slabs exactly like this. The hardest part of this build is getting the blazes inside of the room, and this does it perfectly. And once you have this little thing built, you're good to go. All you have to do is put in Inferno minion fuel, which you can buy off the AH for really cheap, or you can craft it for even cheaper. Healing your minions for a day costs around 2 to 3 million coins, and considering you can easily make 30 to 50 million coins per day off of this, it's well worth it. Crafting the fuel is really easy. You can just spend your bits to get some Inferno fuel block. Then once you get your Inferno blocks, you're going to go to the bazaar and buy a distillate. Just choose whichever one is the cheapest at the time. At the time of making this video, the glowstone one was the cheapest, but it usually changes every day. Just buy 6 times however many minion slots you have. This is going to be the biggest cost for your fuel. Then you're going to want to craft some sulfuric coal. This is a really cheap process. Using only 20 minion slots, I only really needed to use 16 enchanted sulfur and 4 stacks of enchanted coal to fuel my minions for the entire day. Then with the sulfuric coal and the crude gabagool, you can make fuel gabagool. And then with the distillate, the Inferno blocks, and the fuel gabagool, you make your Inferno fuel. Then once you have your fuel, make sure you split it up into your inventory. You don't want to accidentally put all 20 fuel into 1 minion. Then you're going to come around to the trapdoors that we made earlier, open it up, and slap in the fuel. Once you do this, you're good to go. You can make a collection system under your farm, but it's not really necessary because you can just use a large Slayer sack and it'll hold all the stuff that you get. For gear that you should be using, I recommend a dataless axe for the coins on the kill, looting enchantment, scavenger, pretty much anything that gets you coins. Hound pet is also good. Get bank 5 on all of your armor for even more coin. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but you are going to need a Wither armor set. Any armor set that gives the Witherborn passive ability. and then a gauntlet of contagion, I think that's how you say that, and a implosion belt will help you kill all the blazes. Also, I updated the farm a little bit, so I just wanted to hop into here. I got rid of the glass 5x5 and turned it into half slabs, and then I broke the bottom layer of the glass ring and also turned that into slabs so that the Witherborn could hit more. And the little gaps around the edges are so that the blazes can jump down here a little bit, just in case if it gets clogged and the Witherborn isn't hitting them. Some of the blazes will be able to hit you if they do jump down, but you should be tanky enough to survive. With all that being said, I did a 1-hour test to test profits with 20 minions. Now this can be a lot higher if you get more minion slots, obviously. And with my mediocre at best minion setup, I was making 1.6 million coins per hour. What I mean by mediocre is I only have 20 minion slots, and none of my minions have upgrades like fly swatters. If I were to get more minion slots and even put just minion expanders in there, I could be looking at 2.6 to 3 mil per hour. Hell, you could even get up to 4.5 mil per hour with a completely maxed out setup. Even with a basic setup like this, without any upgrades, I'm outclassing the slime minion setup. Plus, it's more cost efficient. To make an Inferno minion, it only costs 200k for a tier 2, which is the ones that I'm using. Plus, you don't have to buy all the corrupted soil and enchanted hoppers. I'd say to get this setup started, you only really need about 5 million coins just to get it set up and for 1 day of farming. The only issue is getting your hands on the Inferno minions, which you can easily do by just overpaying a little bit to a high-leveled player. Just offer 500k for a tier 2, and I think that just about covers everything you need to know. If you found any of this useful, or if you're gonna use this minion setup, dropping a like and a comment would be quite helpful, I'd say. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if this video hits 250 likes before Christmas, I'll give away a Wither armor set so that somebody out there can do this minion setup. Thanks for making it to the end. You're an absolute Chad.